Failing inspection, the Brownville Bridge over the Black River quickly closed to traffic last Friday. Tonight, 7 News reporter Gage Kilborn speaks with the village's mayor about the change.
The Brownville Bridge blocked off to traffic. Look closer and one might understand how it failed a state inspection Friday, causing the abrupt change. Brownville Mayor Patrick Connor says he has taken a lot of phone calls from frustrated residents who either have to drive extra miles to Dexter or Watertown to cross over the Black River. Even emergency responders are changing their routes.
I talked to one of the ambulance drivers, and what they're saying is that, yes, they have notified all their help that they can't use the bridge.
Well, the closure of the bridge has frustrated a lot of people from the village of Brownville as it makes their commutes longer. The Brownville mayor is more focused on the people's safety.
It's safety first. You want to make sure that anybody crossing this bridge here, that one life or one injury isn't worth the money.
The State Department of Transportation echoing that Monday with his statement, saying, quote, "While it may be a short-term inconvenience, at the end of the day, public safety comes first, and we take that responsibility seriously. The bridge has simply aged out of service," end quote. The state adds is looking forward to opening the new bridge downriver near Brownville in the fall, an $11.9 million project.
They control all aspects of it, where it goes, what it's made of.
One thing Mayor Connor fears is how local businesses could be negatively affected with the early closure of the current bridge and with where the new bridge is being built. Gage Kilborn, 7 News.